Have you ever heard of the Rocky Horror Picture Show? Today I'm here to inform you about the impact of the Rocky Horror Picture Show on pop culture. First, I will talk about its importance in the LGBTQ community. Next, I will talk about audience participation, and finally, shadow casting. Today I'm here to inform you about the cultural impact of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. First, it was very important in the LGBTQ community when it was first released. In a YouTube video titled How Rocky Horror Became a Cult Phenomenon, it stated that Rocky Horror showings became safe havens for the LGBTQ community during a time when expression of their identity wasn't always welcomed. For context, this movie was released in 1975, which was only a couple years after the Stonewall riots, which occurred in 1969. Midnight screenings of Rocky Horror became a safe space for the queer community to just exist without being judged or feeling ashamed of who they were. My personal example for this is that when I attended a showing, I definitely felt that the environment was very welcoming, and it was also really cool to just see people dress however they wanted to, and nobody was judging anybody else, so it was just a really safe space. Next, I want to talk about audience participation. According to the article, The Rocky Horror Picture Show, the film that saved lives, Rocky Horror fans created the immersive movie-going experience that the Rocky Horror Picture Show is known for. The audience participates along with the movie with dialogue or callbacks and props as well as costumes. My personal example for this is that I've actually memorized some of the classic callbacks. Now that I've been able to attend a couple different shows, there's some classic lines that I just happen to remember. I also bought a prop bag the first time that I attended a live show, and it was very cool to kind of join in on that immersive experience as an audience member. There's no other sort of like movie that has that kind of participation with the audience, so I think that's really cool. Finally, shadow casting. In the 2016 book Shock and Awe by Simon Reynolds, he states that shadowing is like breaking the fourth wall. Shadow casts are essentially a cast of people that reenact the scenes as it's playing in the background or in a screen behind them, and they lip sync to the lines and the music and everything, and they dress up in the costumes of their characters. They also use props on stage that help them bring those scenes to life. My personal example of this is that when I saw my first my first Rocky Horror Picture Show with the live shadow cast, it was very different than just seeing a screening of it without a shadow cast. That cast definitely makes the experience unique, since each performer brings a unique spin on the character that they're playing. So every time that they have a different cast, it's just a totally different experience, and you get to see different sides of the same character in different ways that it could be portrayed. To conclude, first I spoke to you about the importance of the Rocky Horror Picture Show in the LGBTQ community. Next, I spoke to you about audience participation. Finally, I spoke to you about shadow casting. Thank you for listening to my speech about the cultural impact of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I appreciate your time.